be the change that you wish to see in the world. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. You must be the change you want to see in the world. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. The future depends on what you do today.
Victory belongs to the most persevering. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Courage isn't having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have strength. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. Imagination rules the world. In war, the moral is to the physical as 3:1. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. The only source of knowledge is experience. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. You never fail until you stop trying. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it.
The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. It always seems impossible until it's done. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. I detest racialism, because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity.
Give me blood, and I shall give you freedom. It does not matter who among us will live to see India free. It is enough that India shall be free and that we shall give our all to make her free. Freedom is not given, it is taken. One individual may die for an idea, but that idea will, after his death, incarnate itself in 1,000 lives. No real change in history has ever been achieved by discussions. Reality is, after all, too big for our frail understanding to fully comprehend. Forget not that the grossest crime is to compromise with injustice and wrong. Remember the eternal law: you must give, if you want to get. The secret of political bargaining is to look more strong than what you really are. Men, money, and materials cannot by themselves bring victory or freedom. We must have the motive power that will inspire us to brave deeds and heroic exploits. The greatest curse to a free man is the burden of a slave's mentality.